good morning. Welcome. I'm Christine. It's a beautiful day today. Besides being very cold out, the sun is shining, and I've got a bunch of plant chores. I'll take you along. I've just come back from a vet appointment with Maggie. Maggie, say hello, Maggie, say hello. She just had a mani-pedi done, and I'm headed out to a thrift store. I'm hoping to find some plant containers or pots to repurpose. So I've got some repotting to do. My plant cabinet needs a good clean. So yes, stick around, come along, and join me as I get some plant chores done today. Do this. It has been a busy morning running around doing chores and errands, and I did good this morning. Went to the local thrift store, found some pots that I can repurpose. So I have some repots to do. I can chat a little bit about what I'm reading. And so, look at this guy. How cute is this? Really nice. This was like $3. And I really thought this could be reused as a little pot. So I have something will do really well in here. I think they'll look really cute. These are just in soil. This was a gift from my mom. And they sit on my windowsill in the kitchen. So I thought I could give it a little bit of sparkle with this guy here. So I'm going to be doing that. And I've got some begonias, and I've got my little baby. Look at how cute this is. This is Begonia Bridgerton. So she's my newest addition, and she's just in some perlite, it looks like it. So she needs a good pot to go into. So I'm going to be doing that. And I'll get a little messy, but that's okay. That's what you're here for. And I'm just going to grab some soil. I've got my mollies. Just going to pour that in here. All right. So it's going to get a little messy. That's okay. Let's see how she's doing first off. Ooh, that's a lot of water. Maybe it wasn't such a good idea. I don't think there's any way to do this without disturbing the plant. It's just, oh, it doesn't have too much of a root system, but look at that. I'm going to plop them in here. Okay. Just going to fill this in. This back here. Go. See that better? And I'm hoping this will help with all the water that was in there. It looks kind of cute. I don't know. What do you think? Need to secure this guy. Kind of pop everything in here. So yes. There we go. That looks better. Much better. Okay, not bad. There's one down. So I was up really late last night. I was watching Bridgerton, and I was actually rewatching or binge watching season 3 because it's been a while since I watched it. So I wanted to just kind of recap, re-summarize what happened in the last episodes, who's what, who's where, who's with who, like all this stuff. And yeah, really enjoyed it. But yeah, it was a late night. And tonight I hope to get to season 4. I hear it's very good. And I've been avoiding any spoilers because it premiered, I'm not sure if it was last night or the night before on Netflix. I'm a little late to the party, so I'll be doing that tonight. So yes, that was my Bridgerton night. I'm a huge fan. I love it. It kind of reminds me of my earlier days of reading, when I used to read a lot of historical romances. So I've kind of, I want to say, fallen out of reading it. I just, not as exciting as I used to find them. So it just reminds me of what I used to love reading before. So maybe I'll pick up some historical romance again. So this little guy I'm going to put in here. The first thing I'm going to add is some leca. I like to add the leca to the bottom. Okay, so I add the leca to the bottom just so that as it's growing, the roots are not going to be sitting in water, just to prevent some root rot. It's got some cute little roots here, but they're looking a little dry. Definitely needs water. Maybe a little bit more. I'm going to go in here, and I need a pot for this little guy to sit in. I'm thinking maybe this one. That's kind of cute. This was like $4 at the thrift shop. So we're going to use that. It's either that or this. Which one? Which one? Kind of like this one. I'll just do that. And grab some more aeroid mix. So this is what I use for all of my plants. Unless somebody gifts me a plant and it's already in soil, I'll leave it in the soil. But for the most part, I'd say 90% of my plants are in aeroid, some sort of aeroid mix. And I've got some in pond, but I'm finding that they're not doing so well in the pond. They're not loving it as much. I don't know if it's just because it's too dense, but I've slowly been changing up the ones that are in the pond and kind of mixing it in with the aeroid mix. And they seem to prefer that. It seemed to be doing a heck of a lot better. I think this is good. I think this guy is good. So I've got the bottom layer is leca, and then it's got the aeroid mix on the top so that it sits in the water. So I pour the water in here and it just takes what it needs. And as the roots grow, I can keep looking and checking on this. That's why I use the clear pots. And that way there's less root rot, because I tend to be an over waterer. So that is done. Now this is my beefsteak begonia. And this guy is kind of crispy, I think because of the watering. So look at how tiny the pot is. I mean, there's some water in here. Sits on my windowsill and absolutely loves water. So I find it always needs to be watered. But I think because it's in this small container, the roots are taking over the pot. So I think putting her in a bigger pot might help, hopefully. I really love the leaves on this. The bottoms are red. It's quite beautiful. Got a white one you can sit in. That's really big though. So again, I'm just going to put some leca and move this guy out. This is actually soil? No, this is actual aeroid mix, but it's so like the roots are tight. Holy moly. Try not to disturb the roots too much. There's a lot of water in here. Should be enough. Kind of fill. Bigger pot, I've got this guy. I think this is much better because I can at least get in here. So I'm reading the Book of Azrael, or I've been reading the Book of Azrael by Amber Nicole, and I'm about a quarter of the way through. It's about 150 pages. I think it's like chapter 15. And so far, so good. Not a whole lot happening. It's still quite a bit of character and world building, but I am really enjoying it. Our main character, Diana, is basically telling us that, who she's working with, how she ended up working with the bad guys, or at least they seem to be the bad guys, but they're all creatures. There's vampires, there's witches, so it is a fantasy. And the main point of the story so far is her relationship with her sister. So her sister, I believe her name is Gabby. She's saved Gabby's life and has made a pact in exchange for saving her life. So she lives in a different dimension, and every so often she'll go and visit her sister, see how her sister's doing. So it's building her relationship with her sister, why things are the way they are, and everybody is after this book of Azrael that's supposed to be very magical. It's supposed to have some magical powers, which we don't know a whole lot about at this point. It's just kind of introducing the characters. So, I mean, it's very slow paced, but it's building. And this is usually the point in the plot where the story picks up. So just reading along, and I'm hoping it gets, I don't want to say better because that's not what I mean, but a little more exciting. And I've been doing audio and reading from the actual books. So I've been doing both, kind of switching between the two. Oh my gosh, that's so much better. There we go. Isn't she cute? Gotta wipe these down. So I did clean up. So this is one of the pots that I grabbed. It's pretty. So that, I gave them a quick rinse, so they're ready to go. This little guy, it's not looking so good. And I feel bad because it's been sitting in this container and it's been neglected. So there's dry leaves, some green, but it's got this like, the stem and the roots are not quite in there any longer. It's hard to tell how it's doing, but it's not looking good. And this is a Anthurium Bessiae AF and Papillonium FS Self. And this is from NXC Plants. So I ordered it from NXC Plants, and I always forget that it's in this little container and needs to be watered more often. So look at that. It's actually, it's just a container that looks like it's gunky. Get rid of that. But the roots are pretty good. Oh, I can't believe I let this dry out. And we got to find a pot for this. I'm going to reuse that other pot. I think this is a good size to grow into. Give it a bit more leca because these roots tend to go really quick. Let's just see how you go in here. Yep. Should be good. I'm hoping this revives. They're really beautiful anthuriums, and NSC Plants really has some stunning anthuriums. Obviously, not doing so good with the upkeeping of my plants. It's been in the plant cabinet, so it's been getting a lot of light. It's just not getting consistent water, which is a problem I run into a lot, inconsistency. So there, it's got a better home. I think this is the smallest I have. That won't fit in here. Okay, this is the smallest I have for now, so it's going to pop up a little, but that's okay. It's just to catch the water, and it'll sit in the water, so that'll go into the cabinet. And then I've got my Anthurium Wendingerli. This guy sits on my bookshelf, and the roots are starting to pop out on the end. I would love to see this grow even more. How beautiful those are. Beautiful pendants that hang on the book, like off the bookshelf. Looks really nice. So this needs a new pot. This is more ideal, but the pot's too small. So I'm gonna grab the bigger pot so it'll sit in here much better. So put this label back. Let's see how these roots are doing. I don't want to destroy them. Ooh. Always afraid of pulling them out, ripping their roots. There we go. Ooh, look at that. Look at these roots. Those are some juicy roots. It's doing really well in here. So I'm going to loosen it up just a little bit on the bottom. Yeah, it's pretty tight. It's going to sit in here. Yep. Just make sure all the roots are in. Yeah, I think this is going to be so much better. There we go. Okay. I'm just going to finish potting this up and take you over to the plant cabinet behind me. Just give it a good clean. I'll rehome these guys, show you where they're living. If you've made it this far, thanks for staying. Glad you're here. Do consider subscribing and liking the video, and we'll see you in the next one.